check, 1, 2. I should be live. Let me take a look on my phone to see if I am actually on the correct channel and everything like that. I should be. Yep, we're live. Fantastic. Alright, I have the Twitch chat up on my phone and everything. Let's hop into this. So today we are doing the whatever the I think it's I'm very professional, sorry. It is Blackrock Battle Bunnies versus Feet Fetish. That's great team names. Wonderful. So, yeah. Teams featuring some OLS absolute classic star players such as Krusty Krab Enrique being the captain of his own team, the Battle Bunnies, and then Feet Fetish having an absolute super veteran in Austin Nunu 680. All right, let's take a look to see how things are going. All right, let me pull up the. All right, so here's what we're working with here in the draft. They're talking about coin flipping for side select, so I'll keep everybody posted on how things go on this one. All right. And this is a pretty anticipated matchup. There's a lot of matchups going on right now that are really important for standings. Actually, here I can show the standings again on the stream. You can see here that Enrique's team is at the bottom of the standings in his current division, and there's a huge difference here between tying everybody else, like Nolan's team and my own team, Alex's team, at 3-1, versus dropping to 2-2 and definitively being at the bottom of these standings in our group, other than Nigel's team, obviously, who is all but eliminated at this point. Because it'll create a situation where he'll be the fourth seed out of this group, which is a pretty big deal. So this is a big win for his team if he can win. And meanwhile, on the other side, this is a huge moment for Austin Nooner's team because of a very similar reason. This is going to be the deciding factor on whether or not his team will be able to clinch the higher seeding in his group. Yeah, looking at the standings again, Charles's team is sitting at 0-3, tied at 1-6 with Bargov's team, and so this win, if they get it, is a huge differentiation because it is what would save their team from elimination. So that's a really, really big deal here. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, what's up, man?
We finished our game.
Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, we're currently sitting in the lobby here. Let me get you an invite.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently they're coin flipping for side select and stuff like that. So we'll figure out what's going on.
No Lee Sin 1v1.
I know, right? Cringe. But yeah, I was saying that this is actually like a massive thing for standings because Charles's team, FF, they're playing and they're tied at the bottom of their group at 0-3-1-6 game score. So even winning a
Well,
game is a massive deal for them in this series.
well, you know that it's actually the bottom two of the remaining six, like of the groups. So it's massive because they can avoid and push Nigel's team into elimination,
Yeah,
or push like the Bargov team. Like they're playing for their lives.
Yes, both teams are playing for their tournament lives, and the big thing about Enrique, the difference between going to 3-1 and tying the rest of the group versus dropping to 2-2 is like massive because it pretty much would guarantee that he would be the fourth seed of this group. It would all but guarantee it, which is a huge deal.
Yeah, because then you have to play the fifth seed coming out, which could be pretty scary
Yeah,
because it's
yeah,
all the ones that make it.
and not just that, it would
The-
be he would be coming in into the single elimination bracket as well. Whereas if he wins this game and ties everybody at 3-1, there's still the possibility that he ends up like Enrique's team gets out as the double elimination part of the bracket.
yeah, unfortunately for his team, if Nolan 2-0s and Kyle 2-0s, it's mathematically impossible. So he's just playing for the fun of it to get the 2-0 and hope that they choke something.
Well, obviously it's better to try to get it than not, but regardless,
Right,
getting
right,
to 3-1 guarantees that Nigel's team is eliminated, which is also a big deal. So
right.
there's a lot of
Some
standing
some
stuff
stuff will
going on.
shake out.
Yep, yep, yep. There's a lot of standing stuff going on, which is
Yeah, I thought
exciting.
it was the bottom of each group being eliminated, and then I actually read the sheet, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, if you look at the stream, I have the sheet up on the stream right now.
I see.
Yep. Yeah, very professional. Shout out to Rags for hooking me up with the fancy overlay. He actually coded the the .bat file that downloaded all of these resources for me, which is like super high level, so very impressive. But yeah, he coded it himself. At least that's what he said. So that's pretty
Nice.
cool. But yeah, it came with all the information and all of the scenes and stuff like that, so I could put it directly into the stream elements, and it made things very easy for me. So I have this big fancy overlay. It looks like they are not yet in draft or anything like that. Let me ask. Okay, actually, are you in draft? Remember to send me spectator link.
I wonder if they're bugged as well, because I see that both Yusuf and Emily aren't here.
Okay.
And yeah, if they're having the lobby bug, then it might be a bit annoying.
Yeah, we'll see. It's not a big deal either way. I'm sure Enrique will send it to me in DMs. Clueless.
You sure they're paying attention?
Hey, I reminded him. I asked him nicely. So I've done all I can do. My title is right on the Twitch channel, right? The
Let me
Twitch channel,
check.
right?
Let me
Channel,
check.
right?
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah. It's FF versus BBB. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, cool.
It seems Yusuf has the lobby bug
Wonderful.
because he's not connected. His circle's not green.
What a wonderful company Riot Games is with this extremely functioning client, and
Oh,
they're
you
extremely
reminded me. I should
talented.
check and see if I can download our OLS replay before it goes out of my
Oh, I tried it.
matches
I
too.
tried again today and it didn't work. I tried again because I really wanted to do the VOD reviews and it just does not work.
Nope. All right, cool.
Yep, game is trash. No offense to Riot Games, the Overlord company that is giving us the game that we are currently playing, but it does not work.
Let's be real here. Full offense.
Yeah, actually, Riot Games is a bunch of MFers trying to keep it PG-13 here on the cast.
Yeah, for what they've done this month, full offense. They
Oh
deserve
yeah.
it.
The Sanu's all Mordekaiser skin, the getting rid of the Hextech chests, the getting rid of the honor capsules, just like it's just decision after decision. Just indeed a choice. Very well done. All right, Krusty Krab is asking for side, which probably means that his team lost the coin flip. Classic Enrique losing coin flips, very standard. I remember whenever I used to be on his team and he would lose every single coin flip for us every week, without a doubt. It always happened. Because bro, I think
That's
is
why
one of the only people on the earth who flips tails or picks tails when for coin flips.
nah, that Tails is based. What do you mean?
Nah, it's always
Tails never
heads.
fails.
Nah, it's always heads. And it also seems like he's getting Donowalled. Nice.
Well, it wouldn't be OLS if we couldn't start 15 minutes late.
Yeah, we're already 8 minutes past. I've had the stream open for like 10 minutes now. I'm just talking to myself. This is wonderful.
Glad that I could not be here for a bit so you could talk to the voices into the ethereal void.
Hey, I used to be a YouTuber, alright? I'm a beast at talking to myself. Didn't you see I made a TFT video that got like 2,500 views? That's pretty cool. Riki, you suck. That's damn right. Caster bias. How? I don't think bros know what we're talking about.
No.
Here, let me open up the so that the X stream can actually see the chat. They take blue side. Oh, so here comes the
Back to
spectator link.
spectator.
Okay, I'm gonna have to actually do some stream element stuff. Alright, professional streamer incoming. Or if should I practice?
I'm trying to think if they have like any specialty picks that are gonna get banned over here, but I'm actually pretty sure both these teams play pretty close to the meta.
Ignore the current thing that is on the screen right now. Alright, here we go. Professional streamer. I've got the draft up on the screen right now.
Now, real question: does Feet Fetish ban Poppy?
I think it's the most powerful band against this team. They actually like quadruple flex it. I don't know. It's and also the champion is so strong, especially in like an OLS scenario where so many people just want to hit the go buttons and dive in, and Poppy just cucks all of that. It's such a strong champion for sure. I also think that I will expect a lot of bans aimed at Enrique because he usually eats a lot of bans.
Yeah, Enrique definitely does eat a lot of bans,
Yeah, he
but
usually
they're
does.
flexing between Yusuf and him jungle mid, so
Yeah, we'll have
good
to see.
luck.
But they have been flexing Zed like between the two of them, so Zed seems like a pretty reasonable ban in my opinion. But we'll have to see what they opt to do with it.
I don't know. I saw the high APM Malzahar gameplay. That's pretty scary.
Hey, I'm a Malzahar enjoyer myself. That was hype. I love that clip. Both Yusuf and I now both have a Malzahar clip in the OLS chat.
Yeah, one's ulting and one's not. Perfect.
Yeah, it's goaded. The two sides of
All the
Malzahar.
abilities on display.
Yeah, the mechanical prowess of both of us. That's why we're some of the best mid laners in OLS. Because of our absolutely unadulterated talent at Malzahar.
Damn fucking right.
Alright, it seems like they will actually be starting the draft. Any day. Alright, here it comes. Alright. So it looks like Blitzcrank being banned away. That makes a lot of sense because of David. He's a Blitzcrank enthusiast. So if they're not interested in laning against that, that makes a lot of sense. Mr. Curse of Dragons. Alright, Volibear banned away for the jungle. That makes a lot of sense as well. That's a specialty pick. I don't know about
Mel.
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 After her nerfs, I think this character's a lot worse. I'll go
Who's
on
even
record
playing
saying that
Mel?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I know Enrique did pick Mel once in OLS.
Okay.
So, oh, they banned Vlad. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, I guess if you're not planning on picking it and you don't want Charles to first pick it, blue one,
Yeah,
then
yeah, that makes
sure.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. And then the
Wukong.
Wukong ban. That's weird. Who plays Wukong on that team? Nami ban.
I mean, isn't Nolan subbing in?
I'm sure, but does no one
Or I
play
guess, well,
Wukong?
I don't know.
Yeah, what the heck's going on here? Alright, but the Nami ban as well. Now let's see what the blue one pick is. A lot of safe picks still open. A lot of junglers that can be picked like tanks, broken champions like Skarner. Others opting for Ornn. Probably just handshaking the top lane since it's been Biddles playing top lane a lot, and Biddles is definitely just picking a lot of tanks, so they're just looking to handshake it. not very afraid of the possible counter pick coming in topside. So we're going to have to see how they answer. I expect the top lane answer here, just something into the Ornn, and then keep it very simple. Blind pick something maybe like ADC jungle, like I said again. Yeah, Maokai is probably going to
Yeah,
end up being top lane. Yeah.
an enthralling matchup top lane.
I'm a Maokai enjoyer myself, I'm not going to lie. That character is hype, but
I mean, he's definitely a very good character. We're just gonna watch them
do nothing
beat
and beat each other up.
absolutely beat each other and then do nothing. They'll both walk out with half HP.
Yeah, they'll fight each other for 15 minutes, and then nothing will happen, and then we'll get to team fights. And they'll both just press their R buttons. Pretty good.
Yeah, but Ornn gives you the cool items.
That's true. All right, so Ezreal being
That's
locked in.
fucking Ezreal jungle or something stupid.
Yeah, probably with Enrique, but
That is not a real character.
Ezreal is a great choice because it's a nice, strong in the meta, safe ADC, very reasonable to blind. It doesn't have a lot of answers right now. There are characters like Kai'Sa who people like picking into it, but it doesn't have any like truly horrific matchups right now, so makes sense. Ooh, an aggressive choice, Lucian. With the Nami banned away, will we see something like Milio? Maybe
Lulu.
Lulu? Yeah,
She's
Lulu makes
nerfed on patch,
sense.
but she's still so good.
Yeah, she is. I mean, she still works really well with Lucian because she gives him the buffs and stuff like that, so that seems like a reasonable choice. So I'd expect to see a support answer here before that gets pinched, or they're just taking
Oh,
Katarina for Yusuf's before that gets banned away. That makes sense. Before that gets banned away, forgot about that. But yeah, now they're going to ban Katarina counters. That makes a lot of sense as well. So I expect to see support bans trying to limit Curse of Dragons pool, or just banning Zed jungle. I suppose that makes sense as well. That is also still open.
a lot of scary picks still open. It's pretty hard to get just two bans down here.
I mean, that's part of the fear about Blackrock Battle Bunnies is that that team has so many players who have so many specialty picks that are very scary. Like right now, they're splitting the bans here, going Zed and Zillion. One for Curse of Dragons and one for Enrique, a Krusty Krab, that are still open. It's a very difficult situation, but Thresh is going to be the lock-in of choice. That's another Curse of Dragons special, another hook champion that can try to punish this Lulu early in the lane. So we're going to have to see how that works out for them. It's a traditionally pretty reasonable champion, has the roam power, very flexible. So,
If that is actually Ezreal bot, Ezreal Thresh versus Lucian Lulu is a very interesting lane matchup.
yeah, I'd say it's pretty even overall. Ryze is the hover. Ryze is a pretty good champion in the Katarina, for sure. I mean, Katarina honestly just has a lot of really bad matchups, so
And then we get
the jungle
jungle
here. Yeah,
smile.
this is the jungler. They were trying to hold the jungle for as long as possible because they were hoping that Enrique wasn't going to take counterpick for jungle. Echo.
Like,
So let's see what Enrique chooses in the jungle here, unless he's taking Ezreal jungle because he's a demon.
sure, I'm not a fan of the Echo jungle
Yeah,
with their comp,
me
but
neither. It's a big weakness of Stack's a really big weakness to Merc treads. There's going to be a lot of Merc treads being purchased this game, so it's going to be
it's
up
mostly
to
fine because the Lucian can go like a bunch of damage. It's just kind of
yeah.
like I feel like I don't know. They might have some trouble.
Well, yeah, it's going to be up to Nunu 680 here on this game to deal a lot of damage. No way he picked
Oh my
Riven
god,
jungle.
it's Riven jungle.
There's no way he did that. No, wait. What if it's Biddle's Maokai jungle and Enrique Riven top lane to try to punish the Ornn first pick?
I doubt it. I think he's just gonna pick Riven jungle because he's a creature.
Oh my god. I can't say what I want to say because I'm on stream. I hate this guy. I have a clip of Enrique playing a Riven jungle in one of my games, and he's just doing a camp while I'm getting 2v1 mid lane. I'm running towards him. I even flash towards him. I 2v1 get a kill, and he just watches me die as he finishes the Raptors. That happens. He's the worst player on the planet, and honestly, I hope he loses. No bias. No bias. All right.
The rest of them, they're chill dudes. But Enrique, this guy needs to
Yep. The
lose.
rest of those guys, nothing but the best. I hope that they win. Enrique specifically, I hope that his team wins and he loses specifically.
Fortunately, League of Legends is a deterministic game.
Yeah, it should be a democracy. They should be able to kick out the imposter. My favorite game, Among Us. All right, looks like we are waiting to start the draft here. Let me change the scene on the stream. Thinking about the drafts in terms of the way that they bounce into each other, I definitely do believe that Red Side has a very volatile draft. Characters like Riven and Katarina require Snowball in order to be effective at like levels of play like this, where there's a lot of coordination. However, even though I think that Blue Side draft is stronger traditionally, in theory, they have a big weakness to tenacity, and they have a lot of magic damage, so they're very reliant on Lucian getting ahead early in order for them to have the physical damage to threaten these more tanky champions. Characters like Riven are going to get a lot of mileage out of things like Maw, even. Maokai is going to become very tanky, and so they're going to definitely need to have a very clear game plan going into this game if they're going to be able to execute on like getting through the game to the late game without having the Lucian be too far behind, without having to get too far ahead.
Yeah, the very least we should have some interesting fights because there's a lot of playmaking potential on both sides.
For sure.
It feels pretty hard considering you've got some specialty picks on the red side for sure. Like if
Yeah.
you just know the players, like Katarina in Yusuf's hands is going to be very scary to team fight into no matter what.
Yeah. Same thing with
But
Thresh for Curse of Dragons. That's a
yeah, same
champion
thing
he's
with
very
Thresh.
classically known for.
But there's a lot of safety in the blue draft. Like they really, it's pretty hard to engage just raw on them. Like you need to set up quite a bit. So
Yeah, the character I am looking at the most as like the odd one out here is definitely the Echo. I think that the Echo looks a little out of place on this team comp. Um, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to be proven wrong. I'm a big Echo fan myself, so hopefully they're able to prove to me that champion is going to be good in this game. But it's going
yeah,
to be very
unfortunately,
difficult for him, I think.
unfortunately, I don't know the player well enough to be like that's a specialty pick. They're totally going to pop off on it. So it does feel really odd to pick Echo here.
Sure. Apparently, I am quiet on stream, so I'm going to have to change my settings here.
I see.
I should be a little louder now. Yeah, I should be a little bit louder now. I'm also going to move the microphone a little closer to my face, so hopefully it'll be a little louder.
You sound decent, at least when I'm listening.
Okay, well that's good. I mean, I know on Discord I probably sound fine, but I'm just hoping that the stream is the same.
Yeah, I turned on the stream to listen into it
Yeah,
while you were
okay.
talking.
Like I said, I just turned up my volume, so hopefully I'm a little louder now.
Deny me. Inevitably.
Yeah, and as we're loading into the game, waiting for the spectator delay, I think predictions, personally, I believe that Red Side has a theoretical advantage just because of the specialty picks. So I will say that Red Side, I think, has this one. But again, I will have to be uh, seeing how things get shake out. Also, it looks like Nunu
That's
680 is
Nooner
playing
on Echo?
jungle. Yeah, that's Nunu playing jungle.
I was like, wait a second, hello?
Yeah, as
Huh.
characters were getting locked in, I'm a little surprised. I wish I could see the
That,
nameplates on the right side.
yeah, unfortunately you can't. I'm
I want to know
surprised this
who's...
is the positions they decided to shake out with having Y sub in, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, why playing ADC? I
But,
mean, Y definitely has been wanting to play ADC recently, so I guess it doesn't make too much. It's not that crazy.
I
But
mean, certainly like they're not like fully out of position, right? It's just I would expect normally you would keep your team positions relatively the same, and then move Coldy, who has experience in the jungle, into the jungle, and move Y top lane, considering Y is a very solid top laner. But it makes sense. Like I guess you're just throwing Coldy top tank into another tank and trying to make some plays.
oh,
It's not what I was expecting. I was not expecting an Echo jungle Nunu 680.
no, definitely not. Well, again, we are waiting for spectator delay here, so
So we
gonna
just
have to
sit with
wait
our
and see.
thoughts for 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Sit alone with our thoughts. If only we had a proper broadcast situation like on Tournament Realm or something like that. That'd be nice.
That's allegedly what the Pit esports space is going to be.
That'd be cool. That would be so cool.
But even then, they're probably still going to be stuck by the client because what can you really do with the client?
Right.
Because God forbid we ever have something nice.
I just DM'd Enrique and said, I really hope that's not Riven Jungle.
He's gonna respond back with like a smiley face.
Something like that. Well, let's see what he responded with. It's a :3. Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy definitely needs to be imprisoned for life.
Made an example of.
Yeah. He needs to be brought to justice.
So sad that that's the pick. It's actually distressing.
Yeah. I mean, that
You
just
know what
shows
that
how
means?
much they think of the team they're playing against, right? Like, Krusty Krab is known for so many junglers that he's good at. He's so many AD bruiser junglers he could have picked. And
Urban.
bro just picks Riven. Like, that just shows that he has no respect for the enemy team. And that's why I hope that he loses.
You know what that means we're in for the we're in for the Vungle.
Bro has been talking about Zeri jungle. That's what we're going to see next game, bro. That's
Oh, don't
exactly
worry, I
going to
just played
happen.
with one of those, and I really hope he does not pick that and win with it.
That's the important caveat. If he picks it, loss is required. He just needs to lose if he picks it. He needs to be brought to justice.
Can I allow the other team to cheat if he picks Zeri Jungle?
I would.
I'll drive to his house and unplug his computer.
Yeah. To the FBI agent who is watching this stream right now, I will not be burning down his house.
Yeah, we actually have an alibi.
Yeah, we're streaming, guys. We can't be the ones who burned down his house. Yeah, it's Enrique on fucking Riven Jungle.
It's so sad.
Well, only justice can be brought to him. All right, I have to change the stream. The stream. All right, we're all good on the stream.
Please directed camera. There we go.
I have the sides backwards, so I need to actually change that on the stream. 1 second.
It's okay. It looks like they are doing nothing on the invade but 5 pointing.
Oh, that's good.
My favorite.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
All right, I have swapped the sides, so we are all good to go. Here, let's add the objective timers, and I will. What is your time control right now? I'm at 53.
52, 53,
All right,
54.
we're pretty much on, so I will hide the time controls.
You can always just speed up and we'll be completely synced that way because it'll have to put us on the same frame
Oh, true. I'll do that really fast.
while nothing's happening.
Yeah. All right, I am currently synced to live.
Yeah, we should both be.
Yeah, and I zoomed out a little bit just for the maximum viewing experience. Again, as we're hopping into this game, a nice slow 5-point. Both junglers looking to start topside. A bit of a slow recall there from the Echo, so it looks like he might be getting to his camp slightly late. So it's going to be a little slower of a clear from him. Rise walking in for a very late ward on topside, so he's going to be able to spot out this Riven jungle on the pathing.
And the tanks are just beating each other in top lane.
Yeah, thank
Love
you,
to see
Direct the
it.
Camera, for seeing these grasp autos being traded. The Riven opting for the full clear, heading up to the Krugs, while the Echo is doing the same, heading to his Gromp. Yeah, the lane I have my eyes set on is this bot lane. We're going to see how the level 2 shakes out for them. We're going to see which lane is going to be able to get an advantage. Except there's actually just a massive fist fight going on top lane. They're just beating each other up.
What did we expect? Let's be real.
All right, level 2 coming out from both sides in the bot lane. The hook is going to go wide. Curse of Dragons not going to be able to find the mark. And meanwhile, on the tail end of it, Megapool is going to have to use some mana eating away.
It's like decent trade for both sides.
Yeah, I'd say blue side definitely came out on top with Curse of Dragons also being chunked, whereas Physics is still full HP.
Now Echo will be spotted on bot side, but oh, maybe not. The ward did expire.
Yeah, I wonder if they did spot him. Oh, but Goldie guy gonna be able to force the flash. No level 3 from the Maokai there, so it was a bit of an uneven trade. So now Goldie guy definitely has an advantage there on the Ornn.
That's actually a massive flash to burn because now both junglers, assuming nothing happens here, will reset and head to top side.
Yeah. Biddles is lucky that there's no Echo on top side right now for the dive, because imagine if Echo was pathing top here and had the opportunity to go for this dive. That would be very doomed. Oh, here, let me actually get the scoreboard in order. I don't have the order correct. Oh, trade coming in. Shiny Trico taking a bit of damage there.
Just keeping him on his toes.
Oh, yeah. Just checking him, seeing how his reaction is going to be. But Ryze is a very good champion into Katarina due to the point-and-click abilities. It becomes difficult for the Katarina to be able to stop herself from taking poke whenever she trades. Yeah, a little bit of suffering going on, but not unexpected. Oh, but here comes the gank. Krusty Krab heading in. I don't know if there's going to be able to accomplish much. The Ignite's going to drop down. Double flash. And there is going to be first blood picked up by the Katarina. That is a huge deal. Also with the Dark Seal start. Super greedy start.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, to say the least, for the Ryze, because Riven ends up tanking the tower for flashing underneath it.
Yep, that was a very greedy start to that play. He saw the Riven coming in and held his flash for a long time, took a lot of damage before he opted to flash, and that ended up being his demise.
Does have teleport, so
yeah, it's not
gets
the
to come back and at least grab the wave, but
yeah,
feels bad.
definitely does. Meanwhile, Shiny Trico just picks up a full needlessly large rod on that recall, which is a very large amount of AP. But the other lanes for the red side are looking like they're suffering a bit. Bot lane definitely struggling a little bit, down some CS, down a lot of HP, and meanwhile top lane losing flash 1v1 there.
Yeah, it does have the safety of the Riven up there right now, because Riven's behind one camp for the gank.
But you know that he's just going to go past to his Raptors. There's no shot he is ever looking at that top lane.
Probably.
It's Enrique we're talking about. Bro does not like top lane.
Well, the minimap is turned off, so...
Wait, do you actually have minimap turned off for you?
No. I'm saying that his minimap is disabled.
Yeah, true, actually. Alright, trade coming in mid. Bit of HP being dropped down from both players. The phase rush going to be able to keep the Ryze a little bit safe. Oh, level 6 advantage here for the Maokai. There could be a little bit of an opportunity here for trading, but now with it being picked up. Oh, mid lane gank. Passive proc coming down. Katarina ultimate's going to force the Echo away a little bit. Riven is on her way. It looks like they're going to both end up disengaging. Fresh also making the rotation there, so very heads up of the blue side to disengage there before they end up dying.
They are doing something heinous in his side of the jungle.
Yeah, they sure are. Looks like this Riven's going to jump the wall. Gonna find the Echo. Direct to camera thinks that top lane is more important.
Yeah, the Krugs got stolen away. That's what happened.
Yeah. Regardless, Nunu 680 not going to be very happy about that invade. The Thresh being able to walk with him is definitely going to be a byproduct of just how safe Ezreal is with both sums being up. It's difficult to really force him out of lane, and it's going to give Curse of Dragons all the time in the world to go for these roams.
Unfortunately, my directed camera has still decided that top side is the most important lane.
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking matters into my own hands pretty soon, because I usually let directed camera rock, but historically I have always known that directed camera is garbage.
Sick trade.
Thank you. Okay, Fizz is taking some damage there from that poke. That WQ combo doing about a quarter of the HP there on the Lulu. We're going to see if there's going to be some kind of engagement coming down. Dragon and Grubs are being spawned. The Echo is starting up on these Grubs.
Oh no. What is happening up here? Nothing. Nothing is happening. I forgot their tanks.
Also, the Maokai has no mana. Riven is coming up topside, but Echo being revealed on the Grubs, I would be surprised if a gank is going to be successful here. Looks like Scuttle Crab is going to be the target. I don't even know if it's up.
Topside camps are up.
Oh, here comes Riven. Wait, on the invade. Direct to camera is not trying to show it to us, so we're going to see it instead. Nunu 680 was going to drop the W down, trying to bait the Riven. There's a lot of people around. This Riven could be in danger if the Ryze is able to find him. But it looks
Just
like
walks
instead
away.
they're just going to be able to cover for the blue buff. Definitely a nice time waste there. A good pickup for the Echo being able to secure his blue buff. Oh, Mega Pula
Oh my
taking a
God,
lot of
this-
damage. Alright, dash coming in from Y. Curse of Dragon's in a little bit of trouble as well, but is completely out of mana. If he had mana, he would be able to cast that ultimate, possibly pick up a kill or force some summoners, but instead there's nothing. But Shiny Trico coming down for the roam. No mana on Y or physics. Flash coming through from Curse of Dragons. Exhaust drops down. But the ultimate is going to come through from the Lulu and the Polymorph.
Polymorph. Wait, that's big.
Oh,
Watch Tonio.
Washtonio! Wow, no flash coming through from Mega Pula, and he's going to just die. Slow coming through. Is the double kill going to come through? It is. A huge pickup for blue side. Meanwhile, up top side, Coldy Guy is going to be engaged on by Krusty Krab. Flash drops down. With the knock-up. Riven combo. Kill is going to go down to the Riven. Lots of good cross map there from Krusty Krab, able to pick that up, but that was a bit of a tragedy there for blue side. It looked like they had full control there, but the Lulu had just enough mana to cast all of her spells to save the Lucian.
It looks like they're going to try and get the dragon here. They should be able to get it, so it's pretty net positive on the side of the map, despite losing the Orin.
Especially considering grubs were picked up as well by blue side, so blue side getting the advantage in both the first raptor, or excuse me, a dragon, and the first grubs, which is a rarity. You don't see that type of cross mapping being able to happen very often at this level of play, but with Krusty Krab as a jungler, you can expect 0 objectives to be taken by the red side this game.
Yeah, exactly. It is big to know also now that Ryze has actually picked up the Dark Seal before that gank, so picked up 2 Dark Seal
yeah.
stacks to get ahead of the Katarina, and is
that's a
now
big deal.
blatantly ahead in the lane.
Yep, that's a big deal.
Oh, massive trade.
And Mega Pula taking some rough trades here, definitely getting chunked down pretty badly by the combination of that Lulu and Lucian, dealing a lot of damage. Yeah, in terms of overall gold, the blue side is definitely, although is down overall, is up a pretty substantial amount of gold here in the bot lane and in the mid lane. But topside, surprisingly, having almost a 400 gold lead from just an assist plus a little bit of a CS lead. Coldy Guy must be missing some pretty key CS here.
Yeah, it is like 14 minion lead. There's another one. There's another one.
Thank you, Directed Camera, for showing
Thank
us.
you, Directed Camera. You were just trolling him straight as we're talking about missing CS.
Yep. Alright, why dash in?
The answer is that the gold is on, for both teams, is on the carries they want it to be on, so we're in a very, like,
Yeah.
who's gonna win state.
Yep, Krusty Krab being in a position where he's not being brought to justice for the Riven jungle pick. It is instead very fed. Oh, misses the stun on the physics for this gank, and the hook is not going to find its mark, so bit of a wash there. Ooh, trade coming through on a Shiny Trico, taking a decent bit of damage there. Phase Rush keeping Washtonia safe.
We do have the last objective spawning for blue side up here. That goes on it immediately for Void Grubs.
Yep. This will be feats of strength if it is obtained. So this is definitely going to be a big deal here for the red side to go for this contest. But the Riven instead opting to go for the Raptors, very much more important of an objective, I agree.
It seems like actually they're stalling for the Maokai, but I don't know how this fight goes, because Washtonio's already here.
Alright, here comes the flash coming through from Nunu 680. Gonna be able to grab some damage onto the Maokai. He's in a lot of trouble. Wow, Feat of Warfare gonna be claimed by blue side, and the Scrub is now the next target. I wonder if this fight's gonna be able to go somewhere.
Yeah, fortunately the red side did actually already grab the Grub from
yeah,
Enrique
no
walking to the
feats of
pit, so it's
strength
not going to go over immediately.
Yeah. But Curse of Dragons is here. Washtonio gonna be the target. Oh,
Oh my
huge
God.
multi-man stun, the flash! Wow. That was pretty clean.
Yeah, it seems justice will not be happening today, actually.
No, but I mean,
it seems like the Riven jungle pick will be working. It was good on blue team to look for that fight there, but...
Yeah, it was. But I mean, honestly, that's just a huge difference of like why Ezreal is such a strong champion, being able to be left to his own devices down bot side, bleed a little bit for sure, but still be able to get a lot of CS, a lot of XP, in exchange for the Thresh being able to go up there to make that difference in that fight.
Colby?
Yeah, Goldie Guy might be the target. Making an item in the face of this Maokai. Gonna see if he's gonna be punished for this. Has no mana, no flash available either. Next set of CC coming through from the Maokai. It looks like they might be able to get him. They will be able to pick it up. That's a pickup for the Biddles, the Maokai.
Bit of a whoopsies, I guess.
Yeah, a little over-aggressive, a little overestimating how tanky he was, for sure. Yeah, red side definitely in the commanding position. However, feats of strength are almost in the position of blue side, and with the Void Grubs being able to be picked up, 5 of them anyway, we are going to see a pretty big advantage there in terms of pushing. So if they can get control of this game back after some of their early whoopsies, they will be able to push really quickly. They have the Dragon advantage, possibly even feats of strength, so we can see those upgraded boots coming through. So they have some avenues back into this game. Alright, Dragon is going to be spawning up here in a minute. Oh, just kidding. There is a pause coming through. Apparently Wide is lagging. Greetings, my team captain appears to have filled his trousers in fright. Thank you, David. Well, while we are alone with our thoughts in this pause, I am just going to shake my hand at the sky and be angry that Krusty Krab is doing well on Riven Jungle. He's really ahead, by the way, as well.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, he's up like a 1,200 gold. He has a completed item for this dragon fight about to come up. I mean, the Echo does too, so it's not that big of a difference.
The big thing is that he's got Merc Treads already.
Yeah, Merc Treads are really
for
OP
this fight,
game. Yeah.
It's really on Y to burst him down before he gets a lot of the combo damage off.
Yeah, Y is the one who has the completed item advantage over his laner right now. Ezreal not completing the Trinity Force yet, while Y has the Essence Reaver. So that's really where the opportunity is going to come through for blue side for this team fight.
Yeah, also key to note that Thresh actually has the completed support item, and Lulu does not. Lulu's still sitting on the compass, and Thresh is sitting on the shield.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure that'll change in just like a little bit. That's probably like 60 or 70 gold, but that is actually big if they start a fight.
That's true, for sure.
And then Maokai has TP.
Well, so Ornn is going to have TP pretty soon. Can I check to see the cooldown actually right now? No.
Not while we're paused, I don't think.
Maybe I can. 1 second. Yeah, I can. 27 seconds. So the dragon is spawning in 26, so TP is going to be available for that Ornn to join up on this team fight.
Will we have a good old-fashioned 5v5?
We might. Honestly, don't know who would be advantaged in the 5v5 right now as it stands, because Ornn has a completed item, Maokai doesn't, right? And then,
but Maokai has the Merc Treads, so it's pretty hard to kill him.
Right, but then on the reverse side, the Lucian has an item and the Ezreal doesn't. So those are the two blue side advantages. But meanwhile, for red side, the Riven is very strong, has the completed Merc Treads, as well as the support advantage currently going towards the red side. So we're going to have to see. It's a very, very close fight. A lot will be hanging in the balance whenever this unpause happens and this dragon is fought over.
Yeah, it's really big because Ezreal with Sheen is like kind of like it's a little bit more than half an item because Ezreal uses Sheen so effectively.
Right.
So they're a little bit close. But what's really also big is that Yusuf has pen boots as well, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. Something to observe as well, as the pause ends right here, is that Megapool actually is completely out of mana for this. So we're going to have to see if he's going to be able to take a recall. Oh, huge chunk coming onto Washtonio, actually. That's really bad for this upcoming dragon fight. Okay, here comes the gank from Nunu 680. Megapool in a lot of trouble. Is going to have to flash. Curse of Dragon's also going to have to flash. That's a pretty big deal. Krusty Krab is looking to see if he can make some kind of play here as the real-time pause happens. The game is catching up with the fact that the game was paused for a period there. All right, here comes Krusty Krab. Damage onto Nunu 680. No flash available. Ultimate also not off of cooldown yet.
Y is going to get chunked out now.
Yep. Okay, Shiny Trico also rotating in, but damage onto Physics. He's going to dodge out on the Echo Stun. Why is the target? He seems to still be lagging because he just kind of turned and started auto-attacking there. But now this should be Dragon here for red side with that advantage in that skirmish. Ooh,
yeah, they're gonna get Nunu 680 too.
Yep,
that is
get picked up
unfortunate.
on the tail end of it. Yeah, a bit of an overstay there. It started off so well for blue side. They ended up busting all the sums for the bot lane of the BBB, but it just wasn't enough. after Krusty Krab came in and was able to ambush Nuda 680, and the Lulu ultimate dropped down and everything like that, and then the rotation from the Katarina due to the Rise not being in position yet, it all just kind of came crashing down.
So we'll be the dragon headed over. So we're still waiting on feats.
Yep. Ties up the Dragons 1-1. Looks like Dragon Soul is going to be pretty delayed in this game. We're going to have to see if that ends up being a target for either team.
I think the top tower actually took a massive chunk at one point for blue, like blue side top towers chunked. So
Yeah,
that
it
might
is
be
pretty
a
low.
way for them to get into it.
But so is red side bot tower is also very chunked.
Yeah. We'll see. How important is Rift Herald to them?
Rift Herald traditionally is not a particularly powerful objective in the current metagame. So we'll see how much priority there's going to be. It looks like red side is looking to try to claim it. It would put them also on the feats of strength point for objectives.
And then it would come down to which tower falls first.
Yep.
Ezreal completed Triforce off of that fight.
That's a
and
big
boots.
deal. Yeah, that's really big. Alright, Wash Tonio is the target. Flash available is going to flash very late. Going to avoid the hook. Ultimate also very late, and now Shiny Trico is going to be able to pick up that kill thanks to that Ignite and the assistance from his Thresh. Yeah, that was very, very greedy, very slow reaction there from Wash Tonio, going to lead to a big advantage here for the Katarina. So Nuda 680 fighting against this Riven here on the Rift Herald, but the Riven is just so much more powerful than him. There's nothing he can do in this 1v1. Ultimate drops down, but he doesn't realize he's walking straight into the Katarina. Yeah, that Katarina's definitely going to be able to pick this up. Another E reset, and that is going to be curtains.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That is
wow.
a lot of damage.
Yeah, Y is in a lot of trouble. That Triforce difference. Hook gonna drop down. He's gonna be able to dash away. Is it gonna be enough? Meanwhile, top lane, here
Colby.
comes Riven. Is the Root gonna drop down? He is gonna get tagged by the Maokai ultimate, and that's gonna be another kill. I think it's all coming crashing down here for blue side. All the lanes now are bleeding.
Yeah, it seems like everything just kind of burst open.
Yep, it all
And
fell
all in a
apart.
span of like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and there goes the feat of strength dropping down for the red side, for the top side turret. Oh wait, that's not feats yet. They need to get the objectives right. But they did grab the first turret, so.
Well, they're working on Rift Herald here, so it should be feats coming over in just a second here. Unless they're going to come contest it. Oh, they're almost there. They might be able to get a yoink in here.
They're looking. Krusty Krab is pretty strong, and there's a TP coming in. That is going to be the Maokai. And here comes Katarina as well. They definitely need to disengage. Blue side will have a tragedy if they stay here. Oh my gosh,
Oh, no.
flash stun. Nuda 680 got
Oh,
killed
no.
by the Rift Herald. They almost abandoned him, but the Rift Herald turned and punched him in the head and finished him. Did you see that?
It's so doomed. Even the map is playing for the Riven jungle. It's so over.
Even the neutral monsters want red side to win. Unbelievable. They literally all turned away from him because they thought he was dead, and then the Rift Herald punches him in the head to finish him. That is so unreal.
Yeah, what can I say? Shelly just has beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, now we have suddenly ballooned into an almost 7,000 gold lead.
Yeah, unfortunately
Or
now the
6,000
game
gold
is
lead.
probably completely over. I mean, it is OLS, so oopsies happen, but this one is not looking particularly promising here for the blue side. Alright, Physics looking to try to commit on this tower. They do have the Void Grub, so that is going to finish it off.
Not terrible.
Yeah, the hook barely going wide is going to end up turning that into a reasonable play there. Well, Nuda 680 is on the bottom side, so we're going to see if this bot lane is going to be able to be punished for their aggression here. But Megapula shifting forward very aggressively, taking a lot of damage there on that Lulu. But the Echo is here, so we're going to see if something is going to turn into here. The Katarina is pathing from base straight bot. Echo W is in a little bit of Narnia. Physics is going to be the target, going to drop down to Megapula, but it's going to get picked up there by Y on the back end. But a TP coming through from Coldy Guy. Katarina is on her way. We're going to see if the fight is going to work out. Y getting popped instantly. Nuda 680 also going to drop down. And now Shiny Trico with the reset.
Oh, what a play. Oh my god, what is going on? Everyone's showing up.
I know, so many TPs. Washtonio is here, and now Krusty Krab also moving in. Double knockup, double stun. Hook onto Washtonio. No flash available. It's just going to get killed. So it started
And
as
that
a
was
reasonable
possible.
gank, and now it's just doomed for blue side once again.
How is this a voracious game?
Riot Games made it so now Ruinous never spawns in exchange for the Voracious spawning every game. Because
Or
Ruinous was spawning every game in solo queue.
didn't they hate that Voracious was spawning every game in pro play?
Well, yeah, apparently they air quotes made it so that dives are worth a lot because the lane swaps were happening, and so now Ruinous is happening sometimes in pro play if there's a lot of dives early game.
So they're incentivizing them to lane swap.
Yes, and then they're killing it next patch because they are extremely talented developers with a vision that I cannot fully comprehend because I just am not like them. Smilers.
I mean, we are just mere players of this game.
That's so true. But Feats of Strength being claimed by red side. Meanwhile, Otacon being started up by blue side. A bit of a desperation play here. They definitely know that they're on this, especially with that Ezreal ultimate dealing so much damage. Are they even going to be able to do this? There's no way they have the damage before the Ezreal arrives, and the Maokai's also on his way.
I mean, they kind of just have to try. Like, they have to get something.
He's going to be able to get it, and is now going to be able to withdraw. Oh, and the ultimate from the Rise is going to be able to save the mid laner and the ADC there for blue side. Another withdrawal coming through as well for the support. So, honestly, it could be worse. Definitely an objective was claimed there, but I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do with this because they're still so much weaker, and Otacon doesn't give any combat stats.
I mean, it's really just, like, they kind of get a get-out-of-jail-free card here. Like, they can't get ganked. They have a chance. They take it away from Red, who could just use it to dive them.
Yeah.
Like, Red can force whatever fight they want.
Yeah, and
so
they could also
it's a lot
turn it
harder
into
to pick
Baron.
stuff up here.
Yeah, if they were to delay it a little longer, they could use this Otacon and turn it into Baron. Red side could. So taking that off the map is definitely worth it, but definitely a rough position to be in here if you're blue side.
Nooner's on a ward. Rest in peace.
He is dead instantly. The W doesn't even drop down. Dies in the duration of the CC. This Katarina is just so fed this game.
Unfortunately, you cannot be there.
No, I mean, in his own jungle is already too far up at this point in the game, and this Echo pick is definitely not working out this game. But Krusty Krab simply is just such a strong player that it's difficult really to expect anything else, even on such a troll champion.
I mean, there were some pretty good plays early. Like, it didn't work. It's not like it just didn't work. It's just that I think Red Side really played the map really well for like 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah. Well, Coldy guy looks like his Otacon is going to be being activated here by this Ribbon.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the stun drops down. Oh, Flash. Okay. He preserves the Otacon in exchange for his own Flash. I'm not sure if that's worth it.
I mean, I guess if you're planning on taking a fight soon, it's worth it. Because you can always, you know, back and then move over.
I don't know
But,
if that's what's going to turn out here.
I don't know about it.
We'll have to see. I'm hopeful that blue side is going to be able to find something to use this Otacon on. Let's take a look to see how long the buff is lasting for here. Let's take a look at the buff bar. About a quarter of it remaining, so they better look to try to find something soon here. He's going to be face-checking possibly into this Riven. All right, Ornn going to be the target. Once again, no flash this time. Still has the Otacon buff. We're going to see if a fight is going to be breaking out here. All right, interrupt on the Katarina ultimate there. There's definitely potential here. Hook going to drop down onto the Ornn. Damage coming through onto the Maokai. He's going to withdraw. The ultimate is going to fly through here a little late. I will be able to get something out of the remaining Otacons. Rise and Lucian still having it. Ooh, flash binding coming through onto the Maokai. Hook gonna drop down, no damage. Nuna 680, face checking, gonna get bursted so hard by the Katarina. Gonna have to use his own ultimate to get away. And it looks like the Otacon will merely time out. So definitely not a very good thing for blue side there. Almost
They're just a little bit too far behind to pick up any kills there. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah, they're almost 10,000 gold behind. Not even the Maokai was able to be killed there.
I mean, Maokai took so much damage from the Lucian ult to begin with, but then just kind of got to walk away. Used the Unending Despair and Merc Treads to get out of everything else that was really threatening.
Yeah, even the Rise flashing on the Maokai wasn't enough to get the kill there, so. Well, next target will be Baron. Red side, if they're able to get it, will almost certainly be able to end the game. With the dragon stacking being a little delayed, I expect the Baron to be the most important target here on the map coming up, even though the dragon's spawning up in a minute.
Yeah, Baron really should just be the end of the game if Red side gets it. If Blue side gets it, I don't even know what objectives they could get in time. They probably just lose too many members, but it would at least give them a way back in.
Well, it would delay the game for sure.
They definitely just have to give this Drake.
Yeah, it looks like the pings are coming through from red side onto the dragon instead of anything else. So it seems like dragon is going to be the target. They're going to keep it simple, keep it safe, and they're going to be able to stack up these dragons, look for this delayed soul as their win condition instead of the Baron.
It seems the two supports are arguing over vision.
Well, that's about all they can do at this point in the game. I just heard some kind of sound effect.
All I heard was Ornn smacking things.
I don't know what the hell I heard. I heard like a battle pass notification or something. Well,
It's probably a game invite. It's probably a game invite.
No.
Well, we know the outcome.
Well, I mean, I'm not particularly surprised. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely a really difficult position. Washtonia looks like he's going to be possibly being picked off here. Curse of Dragon's gonna be able to land the flay. Shining Trico has so much damage. Exhaust drops down. Godlike. Alright, here's the desperation fight. Ornn ultimate drops down. The target's going to be Maokai, but the root is going to be so powerful at delaying this engage. Curse of Dragon's getting a bit of a back massage here by Y. There's just no engage. Dragon being picked up by the Riven, and he's going to be on his way. Polymorph drops down onto the Katarina, but now no CC remains for the Riven. He's running in, has flash available. It looks like Ornn is going to be the target. He's been a little delayed of a kill here. Blue side doing a good job at avoiding the fight proper, but Ornn is going to be the target.
Oh my god, the healing on the Riven auto.
But that's a big disengage. I mean, the fact that they're still alive is honestly very, very good here. The Ezreal picking up the tier 2 mid tower, though, in the meantime. There's just no constellation here for blue side. There's just no place where they can gain any advantages back. Red side just has full control.
It seems to be a slow and sad bleed out here.
Yeah, I mean, again, by choosing not to go for the Baron, there's no, like, opportunity for throw, right? They're just playing it slow and safe since they have such a massive lead. They say, we don't need Baron, we're just going to win the normal way. And Hook drops down onto Watch Menu again, another pick coming through on this rise. This poor guy, he is just getting absolutely targeted. Oh, meanwhile, Katarina, Bomba kills the bot lane instantly. Nunu 680 to the next target, no ultimate available. Cooldown's going to come back up, Ignite drops down, another reset. And it looks like Ornn is going to be the only last standing member of blue side here, trying to be the last bastion, defend the base, but I think red side has it. Yeah, both bot lane and top lane looks like the targets that are being cracked open, and there's actually snap out. So they're just off of it. Understandable.
Seems about right.
Yeah, understandable. Definitely a really hard game. I mean, silver lining, Katarina can't be picked again for Fearless. That's definitely a silver lining. Another silver lining is that you're going to get another side select. You're going to be able to learn something from this game and try to use that for the next game. But that was definitely a clinic put on by BBB.
I mean, it certainly was a clinic, but it's not like they didn't have anything going in the early game. Like, we were talking about how Blue got the early grub, the early dragon. They were really looking to get a lot of snowball, or not snowball, but they were looking to get a lot of control of the game going for a little bit there. And it really feels like things just melted down.
Yeah. It was the team fight that happened around second grubs whenever there was the rotation from the Thresh coming in, and then they were able to get that top lane cleanup that really like cracked the game up, because at that point the game was still pretty even. The items were also very even after that. But then there were a lot of skirmishes that happened bot side that just ended up with Katarina picking up a couple kills, Riven picking up a couple kills, and then it would just completely over. It was just like a slow snowball that started from just the right people getting resources on red side, and blue side just not quite being able to answer in the ways that they wanted. Like, they kept it competitive in the early game, but then as soon as the snowball started, which is what we talked about whenever the picks were selected, right? Katarina and Riven, very snowball-oriented champions. It just became impossible to do anything.
Right.
But well played by the Blackrock Battle Bunnies, led by Krusty Krab, the captain. We're going to see how they're going to be able to adapt in this game, too, trying to continue their train, and we're going to hopefully see blue side here, the Feet Fetish, going to be able to pick up this win in Game 2, send us to a Game 3 Silver Scrapes.
Now, considering they got side selects first because Enrique's bad at coin flipping, do you think they stick with blue, or do you think they take counter pick on red side?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure.
Because it seems like they prioed the Ornn pick, but I really don't know how prio you can really be with just a tank like that. Like, it feels like, you're not really taking anything away.
Right.
They shoved Biddles onto Maokai and were like, yep, you're still going to make the exact same plays. It's okay.
How embarrassing to let me have the most yes in the game. Yeah, Nolan, honestly, especially considering your early game, but you were doing a lot of split pushing. You were not needed in those late game team fights. You had a lot of opportunities to just grab CS mid, so. Yeah, barely edges out the Katarina from OCS in the game. 251 at the end of the game. They're ahead of the 242 from the Katarina. Oh, the graphs are very broken. Okay, just kidding. We're not going to all the graphs.
Awesome.
I'm playing PvE minions and towers only. I mean, hey, sometimes that's all you need to do. I've revealed my hidden pick. Shut up, Enrique. You're bad. Your pick is garbage. I hope you pick that against our team and then lose.
Uh,
Sorry, I let my rage take control. I'm sorry. That was the Red Hulk coming out. My fault.
Don't worry. We're in for either Vayne or Zeri next.
Nah, it's definitely going to be Zeri. Enrique Zeri jungle is definitely the next terrorism he's going to inflict upon the Rift.
I sure hope not. Someone has to bring him to justice.
Here, I need to change the scores here. Red score is now 1.
Are you in here? You're not.
I'm an important person to be in this game, probably.
Yeah, probably. Just a little bit.
I might be the POV of the friggin' stream.
It seems like I'm the one who has to invite you because Enrique doesn't like you.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I don't like me either. So we're gonna have to see which side FF is going to grab for this game, so we can see what the draft is gonna look like. In terms of adaptations I want to see made, I don't think that Wukong or Mel are particularly powerful bans in this series. I would like to see those being swapped out for a little bit stronger of bans. Again, fortunately, you don't have to worry about Katarina again, which is very good for mid lane, for sure. So I want to see some adaptation, maybe targeting a little bit more towards like maybe the Poppy to prevent that from being picked up, since Maokai is going to be getting Fearless away here. Um, Possibly potential for more bans towards jungle. Possibly more support bans. Again, Thresh being Fearless away. Again, staying to target the Blitzcrank and the Zillion. Possibly things like Pyke as well could also be a target. So I think those would be more valuable than characters like Mel and Wukong for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Wukong in general is just not that great of a jungler right now, besides as like a pure counter pick. So unless you're really planning on picking Jarvan,
Yeah,
then
especially after the nerf.
I don't think that he's very worth it.
Well, I also don't really know who plays it on the side of Krusty Krab's team, right? Like, who is the Wukong player on that team?
I mean, I guess technically any of them. Well,
I mean, I
maybe just don't like the
guess.
champion. Like,
I
who
mean, yeah. I
knows?
mean, if you hate monkeys, like, I guess, like, I don't know.
Do you think we see another playmaking jungler out of Nooner, or do you think that we go back to a like tank style like he used to have with like the Zax and the ganking junglers?
I think that would be stronger, especially into Krusty Krab. I think there's a lot of risk that gets ran by trying to play a carry jungler into Enrique because you need a lot of resources, and Enrique is just very good at denying resources, right? So I think it's better to try to play a bit more of a low economy character, try to get your lanes ahead, try to abuse some of the weaker matchups that existed for sure. Like or excuse me, in bot lane in game 1, there was a pretty big advantage for Y and physics, right? Like they were able to get a lot of favorable trades. They were able to force some summoner spells out during skirmishes, and then topside also Flash being blown by the Maokai on Biddles like at level 2 or something like that. There's a lot of opportunities where if he was playing a little bit more of a gank heavy jungler, he could have made a difference. So
Well, it feels like he really picked the Echo, got like a bunch of resources, and then started ganking a lot. And it's like you can't, yeah, you end up losing a lot of your. They were pretty even, but you end up losing a lot there, and you're already behind the Riven, so you're just
right.
starting to lose,
That's the reason why
bleed
I really
out.
don't love personally. I don't really love playing carry junglers right now. I also don't really love playing Echo jungle for sure.
But they've decided to adapt to red side,
Yep.
so they do want the counter pick. We'll see what they pick.
Yep. So red side gonna come through. I'm gonna have to update these scores here. So red side is actually 0 because they are FF, and then blue side will be 1 because they are BBB. I'm gonna have to change those two.
It seems like they're discussing their draft a bit more for the red side because blue side instantly readied up once they got that link and all that, but I think we're about to head into draft.
Yep. Yeah.
I really don't know what you're gonna ban from red side. There's just a lot to ban. Obviously, we were talking about what they shouldn't be banning anymore, but the blue side's gonna keep it all the same, right? Like, let's be real.
Yeah. Again, I just think that it's like you just need to change something, right? And I think that mixing it up on the bans is definitely a really safe place to go. Just anything, right, that even they vaguely play would be better than characters like Mel and Wukong, in my opinion, right? So Nami and Volibear are going to be ran back. Blitzcrank also going to be ran back as a ban. So we're going to see, this is where the adaptation could come in here for red side. Mel looks like is going to be hovered once again. It looks like there's a bit of a salty run back happening. Another Vladimir ban coming through as well. So bans looking very similar. I wonder if the Wukong ban is going to be replicated here.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah, me too. I really don't think that. I mean, Mel, if you really don't like Mel, if you think he's going to pick it, sure, maybe,
I
but
mean, she's annoying to play into. I will give them that, but
I think this
so
is just not. I don't
it's a
think
faulty
this
run
is a
back.
real. I don't think this is real. So the Ornn is going to be picked up. They're going to say, okay, well, you fearless the way Ornn, or maybe not, but we're going to take the Ornn this time on blue one because we don't care about your top laner counterpicking us. So they're going to run back the same thing. So we're going to see what the handshake is going to look like here for top side.
Yeah, and this is going to be top and then something blind, more than likely support, right? Because they've just been picking Lulu every game. You already know they're going to pick Lulu, so might as well.
Yeah, could be, for sure. Although
Oh,
with characters like Pike still being open, I think it's a little risky to look at the Lulu. So I think picking ADC definitely makes a lot of sense here. MF a little bit safer than locking in a blind Lulu, in my honest opinion. There's a lot of characters that go well with MF as well.
we're
Um,
going to show our jungle.
instead of picking a top laner.
I sure do enjoy drafting.
Okay, well, Vi
Okay.
going to be locked in. It's a strong jungler right now in the meta. A lot of lockdown potential. Potential to prevent carries like Yusuf Shiny Trico from last game from popping off as hard. You know, something like a Katarina being very heavily deterred by like something like a Vi ultimate dropping down on his head. So it makes a lot of sense. It definitely theoretically makes sense. I would have liked that they saved that pick for a little later in the draft for when they could have utilized it a little better. But
It's Garen mid.
yeah, Shiny Trico has played Garen mid before, so he's just picking
Life
that.
sucks.
Okay,
Life
but
sucks.
blind pick Garen mid has got to be punishable, right? Like, surely he can be brought to justice for blind picking that.
And
I
then
mean,
we get the Zungle here for sure too.
all right, yeah,
We get
Zillion.
Zillion. Zillion was left up.
Yeah, he just takes it before he gets banned away in second rotation. Makes sense. Now support should be pretty safe to pick their pick here as well, alongside this Misfortune. Zillion is not a particularly lane powerful champion. Definitely really strong outside of lane. Definitely really good with the Garen, but the lane should be pretty safe here for the team of FF.
One thing I do want to say about the Vi pick, I do actually like them picking Vi here
Yeah, me
because
too.
it's that low economy, like we were talking about, like low economy ganking, but it's not so low economy that like if you're getting ahead that you're not going to be, useful or anything like that, or like you're less useful like a Zac or something.
Yeah, I'm
This
just
is definitely
surprised that
like
there was
can
no top
carry.
side pick, right? I'm just
I'm
surprised
I'm
there was
very
no top.
surprised.
Like, it could have been literally like right here, first rotation, pick top, and then Lulu picks into the Zillion, and now you have opportunities for counter pick or like possibly having a jungle option for second rotation. Like, do you really think your pool is going to get pinched that badly in jungle, right?
I mean,
That's
I
the
don't know. It
thought.
depends on how thin the pool really is in jungle with the meta, but it definitely feels weird to blind your jungle like that. And then for them to not respond blinding a jungle or respond to it counter picking a jungle. But I guess if you want the Zillion, fine.
Yeah, but make sure that doesn't get pinched. I think that's more reasonable, honestly. But Diana and Silas going to be banned away here. The Silas being an interesting choice, especially considering I think Garen actually does pretty well into Silas mid lane. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But the Lily and the Diana jungles being banned away. Definitely good AP junglers, very strong right now, especially with Garen mid being revealed. A little bit heavy on the AD damage. So trying to pinch that AP pool here.
Right. And I think that also the Silas ban is probably more so just because they've got pretty powerful ultimates like Garen
Yeah,
ultimate, Zillion ultimate, or an ultimate.
yeah. And
Probably have a plan of
Mordekaiser.
picking at least one strong AD carried ultimate here, so
Right. Mordekaiser banned away also makes sense for the Ornn to protect that pick a little bit since the top lane never came through. But I expect
right.
there to be a top lane pick here
All
for
right,
FF. It has to
if
be
this isn't top lane, I fear
because
it's
you
over
want
in
to save the
draft.
mid. You want to save the mid for blind, or right? Like you don't want to have to blind your mid lane for no reason. Okay, GP into the
What,
Ornn.
sure,
Sure.
that's
Karthus.
Karthus.
That's a classic
Yeah,
for Krusty Krab, by the way. I'm very surprised that wasn't the AP jungler that was banned away. I'm honestly, if you do a little bit of homework on their games, he's picked Karthus before in OLS as well. So very surprising to see that left open. Going to be picked up here, very strong alongside the Zillion. Varus also being locked in for the ADC, nice and safe. Strong CC, strong setup, and Syndra going to be the counter pick into the Garen. I mean, Garen definitely looks really lost here for sure. I don't really understand why the Garen mid was blinded here. Doesn't seem particularly strong this game, but I will say the rest of Blue Side's draft I think is very superior. I think that
Yeah, I
Red Side
mean,
is in trouble.
it feels very lost in drafts. I just don't understand the draft strategy, but that's okay. I'm not meant to understand it, I guess.
I think the Blue Side just got a lot of what they wanted. I think the Garen is the only thing that's really out of place here. But the Wukong ban also is just really questionable. Like not banning away Zillion, not banning away something like Pyke even seems really questionable. I mean he didn't pick Pyke, right? But like imagine you ban away Zillion, he picks Pyke into your Lulu. It just feels very questionable. I don't really see the reasoning for that. And then second rotation, not banning away the Karthus also seems like a bit of a short-sighted decision. Um, so we're gonna have to see
Allegedly,
how that pays out.
allegedly, Curse of Dragons has been denied whatever they wanted to pick. So Enrique being a controlling overlord as per usual,
I see.
he is the only one allowed to have fun.
I see.
And then Nooner is challenging 1v1.
1v1
Uh,
after game
someone,
versus Zen.
uh, someone, the Void.
I see. He is challenging the voices to a 1v1.
It could be us. It could be one of us. We could have said something.
Yeah, I mean, your Lee Sin has been very powerful in 1v1s. Oh, oops, I did not mean to click that. All right, we're waiting for the draft in game to start up. I could talk a little bit more about how I feel about these drafts. I think the blue one Ornn is definitely one of those statements where you're just saying, I don't really care what your counterpick is. It gives the blue side a little bit of advantage since you're going to be getting counterpicked somewhere in the draft anyway, and so it kind of gives you this opportunity to get possible jungle counterpick, get possible soul lane counterpicks elsewhere like mid lane. But it also is a lot of risk inherently because it gives the red side the opportunity to kind of answer your picks.
Yeah, I just feel like, you took red side, you really wanted to draft, and then they didn't really get the counter pick that they wanted in the spots they wanted. So it feels like, we took red side for not a whole lot. And then blue kind of got away with blinding a lot of stuff. So it feels pretty bad. I, it's going to be hard to team fight into their comp. They're very, very beefy
Yeah.
front line. The Karthus kind of just wants to die anyway. So the Zillion ultimate's not going on him. It's going onto Varus or Garen or Ornn. More than likely Varus if you try and engage on him. So like Vi has to engage on Garen Ornn or Zillion. That kind of feels bad.
Yeah, Karthus definitely is a very good thematic counter here to the Vi, and I think that Krusty Krab being the strongest player on blue side, actually it would have behooved red side a lot to save their counter pick specifically for Krusty Krab's pick, just to kind of prevent situations like this from coming up.
But also, Red Side does have some good team fight.
Yeah,
They
they do.
don't have a lot of front line, is what I'm worried about.
They don't have a lot of like AoE CC to set up this MF ultimate either. Lulu is not traditionally the type of support you really want with an MF. You want something a little bit more lane dominant, something a little bit more CC oriented to help her out. So there's
There's a lot
definitely
of poke.
some questionable stuff going on here.
It's not terrible. The poke, you can get the Pix auto bounce onto someone. That's definitely a lot of damage. And MS just also really good in the meta. But
Well, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But also, it's like one of those things also where, like, in terms of the draft overall, you have this big opportunity, right, where Garen mid is locked in really early. So you have this opportunity to take a counter very, very early on that would kind of theoretically counter that, and then you have opportunities to, like, get counter elsewhere for your team. And you don't
right.
take that opportunity. You save mid for R5, even though you know Garen is selected. It just seems
Well,
weird to save your picks for so long for the roles that have already been selected. Like not saving counter pick for other roles just seems wasteful.
right. And their R4 and R5 are actually both, counter picks in air quotes because they were already revealed. But it feels pretty bad. And also, I just wonder if the support pool is pinched. I just don't know if they. I thought I heard that they played Rel every once in a while. Rel would be really good with their team right here.
I think Rel would have been far
So
superior to Lulu for sure.
it's
Against Zillion,
definitely
there's very little risk as well in lane, right, for the Rel. It's not like she's going to be getting killed by the Zillion.
right. So I'm interested to see how this shakes out. I know that these are definitely a bunch of comfort picks for them. So
Yeah. I mean, I really draft in the grand scheme of things as well, no matter how hard I'm being in on either side, because I think mistakes were made on both sides. Draft really doesn't matter in OLS. I think what really matters is what actually happens on the Rift when players really get a chance to show what they're good at and how they're able to get advantages on the champions they're playing. I think that that's really where it comes in. Draft only goes so far.
Right.
So we're going to have to see which team is going to be able to get the advantage here as we get into the in-game draft.
Or alternative.
Here, I
We're gonna
can't.
get to sit here for like 5 minutes with our thoughts again too.
I am absolutely livid.
My countermeasures are
Drop
ready.
here
Even
so
if
that
you
everybody
are
can see
not.
all that's going on here in the tournament draft client. Professional streamer.
There's always another way.
They can see the old rift in the center because it doesn't look like that
Who
anymore.
questions my
It's true.
ability?
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't even have the jungle actually fully mapped out, but it still doesn't look like that right now.
That's true.
Actually, they did make it less orange, so
I'm also cosmically interested in seeing if they're gonna flex Y top lane and try to put Nooner back in the ADC role.
yeah, it could be that. I wonder if I know Nooner played GP top at one point, but I don't know if their jungler plays Vi.
I think putting
We
Coldy
can't
Guy
see
on
the other
GP
nameplates.
is like a little scary as well because even though he did pretty well in game 1 in that matchup, I'm quite like GP is a very mechanically difficult champion, and I think this is one of the biggest sources of possible strength here for red side. Like the ability for the Gangplank to beat the Orin in the lane, I think is one of the biggest opportunities that they have.
That's where I'm wondering if they put Coldy on Vi jungle or something here with the Volibear ban, knowing that there's probably not many anti-tanks that they could pick on top lane and had Nooner go to GP because I know he played GP at one point.
Yeah, that's another possibility.
Just to try and do it. There's a lot of flex potential between their players. Like they all play a lot of roles, from what I understand. It's just
Yeah, that
I'm
could
curious to
definitely
see
be a
how this
source.
shakes out.
That could be a source of potential strength here for red side, flexing their players around on different champions, try to get better lane matchups.
Yeah, it really could be, and especially because I know that Colby's actually a really good ganking jungler. He's found a bunch of pretty good angles, especially when he plays his Volibear. So we shall see in a minute, though, when we're allowed to actually see who's playing in this game.
Yeah, it's actually more like 4 minutes because Riot Games Smilers.
Well, we will know once we load into the load screen who's on what champ.
Oh, remember we have to wait out the 3 minutes of spectator delay.
Oh, I love my life. Can I op.gg them?
I wish. I don't know. Maybe it's a custom game, so I don't know if OPGG even knows what the heck's going on with that.
The only thing I know is that tournament code games that are custom show up on op.gg, but we do not have that kind of facility. So I'll go to David's profile. Let's see. Does it let me see it? No, we were in the ethereal void for quite a bit.
Wonderful. Just us and the void.
Yeah, we can speculate all we want on who's playing what, but we don't get to know for 3 minutes.
Nope.
And instead, we get to see.
Also because even though custom spectator is like there's like almost no functionality given to spectators in custom games, for some reason we also still need to not see the nameplates of the people on red side. We only get to see the nameplates of the people on blue side for some reason.
Well, clearly you could be cheating if you're spectating.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean
Shit, I guess.
well, gonna have to see. Early MVP candidates, by the way, since blue side was able to win. Rags requested that I give MVP candidates. I mean, it's got to be
Like
Krusty
really
Krab,
early
Curse of
on?
Dragons, Shiny Trico, right? From game 1?
Probably. Biddles had a pretty good roam down on the bot side, but realistically, that was just two tanks beating each other. So there's not really it's a TP play. I feel like, honestly, it's probably Enrique right now. He had a bunch of clutch stuns to get Yusuf ahead, and Yusuf really took the snowball and ran with it.
I will say that Curse of Dragons had a couple of really strong rotations.
Yeah, I
Especially
liked his
with
roams up to the game winning, or not the game winning, but the one we were talking about, the deciding fights at Grubs, where they really got ahead were definitely because he was up there roaming. But honestly, they were even winning because like Nolan was split pushing too, like just ensuring that they would get their victory while they're running around killing them. So
And that just feels like one of those things where that's enabled by him being on Ezreal, right? That
right,
giving Curse of Dragons that opportunity to kind of run around like a psychopath is something that Ezreal really enables in a very unique way.
right, and I think that that's where it's like, yeah, Ezreal and Ornn, they let you do, or Ezreal and Maokai, they let you do your things. You know, you made good plays on your champions, but they let you do your things. So yeah, I'd agree so far.
I currently would probably give the nod to Curse of Dragons. I think that he was the difference maker in the very key moments where BBB got their advantages in game one, personally. But I am currently on the fence.
I would be on the fence between those two. I think that between Enrique and Curse of Dragons.
Yeah, for sure. Not dismissing the fact that Shiny Trico put on a clinic for sure. Like the Katarina was looking really strong in that game, but I think that he was enabled very heavily by the fact that he got a lot of resources given to him through just fortunate kills during the team fights.
I mean, he took his snowball and he ran with it. That's
Yeah,
still a skill to have.
absolutely.
So we're not taking it away. But
No, but here hopping into game two, we're gonna be loading in here.
I was right. Let's go.
Yep, Nunu 680 on the GP top. All right, you might be the goat a little bit. All right, I'm going to speed up here, try to get
Okay.
to.
I won't bore you with the details.
All right, we're good.
And then we're gonna accidentally speed up through the most important invade of the game. Everything's gonna be over, and then
Not
we'll
quite.
say sorry.
Why can't I get a
All
straight
right,
answer?
time controls
It's
off,
always this,
objective timer's on.
tiny. Ow, my face.
Moving everyone in position.
Yep, let me zoom out a little bit. Move the
Welcome to
position.
Summoner's Rift.
All right, looks like another 5-point coming out. No crazy
30
invades.
seconds
I know that a couple of these players are actually pretty known for going for big invades early game, but it seems like that is not going to be the case this game.
Notably, Shiny Trico and Krusty Krab are stacked, so I'm assuming they're gonna go walk in and get their ward.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. It's a very strong early game tactic to try to get an early ward, help track the enemy jungler. Difficult to counter when done well as well.
It's actually not like a full 5 point. They've got the bot lane stacked and they've got the mid bush stacked for each side, so they might just try and get some wards here, walk in.
Minions have
Yeah.
spawned.
Also, double Doran shield from Ornn and Garen, so good luck killing them.
Well, it's not about killing them, really. It's about getting a bit of an early lane advantage, right? Trying to get some CS advantage, possibly an HP advantage. It's not about killing them, for sure.
Right.
But there's that late ward there on that Raptors, so the Vi is going to be getting spotted out late on her clear, for sure.
Unless you do something completely psychopathic here.
Yeah.
Well, they should definitely be volatile lanes now.
Yeah. New 680 getting a pretty strong early trade there by taking Barrel at level 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ornn is the tanky DPS assassin. Oh, wait.
Yeah, Biddle's taking a
Yes,
lot of damage there from these GP passives and the grasps. Physics also taking quite a lot of damage there in that bot side as well.
I wonder how that happened, but Director Cam has decided to show us all sorts of different things.
And it's
already.
hopping between these two lanes. Curse of Dragons going for this early trade with the level 2. Going to be able to get a bomb onto Y, so some damage is going to get traded back.
First strike Syndra.
Makes a lot of sense in this
Pretty
matchup.
smart, yeah. Yeah, that's the Garen champion.
Well, it takes a little bit of a melee walk of shame. Has to pop the potion. Lots of damage dropped onto Physics. Mega Fool is going to be able to get some autos in there.
They're very much in control of the lane right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what a bomb.
Yeah, Physics eating a lot of bombs. Gonna have to use some mana on blocking it with that E.
Oh, the rat is here.
Yep, Krusty Krab looking for an early gank before the Scuttle Crab spawns. Already level 4 thanks to that extremely speedy Karthus clear. Y gonna be the target. Exhaust drops down, some damage. It's just gonna be a nice advantage here for the blue side bot lane. Going to be able to secure the Scuttle Crab, secure some early poke. Barrier gonna be popped down for Y there on the MF. You know, Garen might just be OP, is what I'm realizing. He actually just doesn't take any damage.
So he's just kind of vibing. Oh, that's a tower shot.
Ooh, Curse of Dragon's taking a lot of damage. A couple auto attacks coming through from Y with that first strike.
I mean, honestly, if they didn't have the chunk out from Karthus, they would just be able to walk up and turn that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. But that's this the difference maker that Karthus clear speed is gonna get through.
his first back is full faded ashes. Okay.
Well, it always is. The 900 gold is the standard if you get all your camps plus a Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, that damage mitigation coming through on that Garen W is gonna be able to save him from taking more from that gank, that pass-through gank there from the Vi.
Oh, so far not too hectic. We've had a bunch of stuff happen, but nothing big.
Nothing elusive, right?
The back for blue side bot lane is double tier.
Yeah. They're looking to scale. We see how
They
their lane
are.
is looking at.
They're chilling.
Yep.
That doesn't mean it's poke forest, right? So
Yeah, it's poke bars for sure. Makes sense this game. Not a lot
I
of
guess
tanks.
yeah, there's no tanks.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of opportunities even to auto-attack if you're Varus this game. Honestly, looking at their team, with characters like Syndra and Vi on the other side, I don't know if you're ever really getting a chance to auto-attack properly.
It just makes the MF feel even more weird now. Like you don't have to be playing against them because like how are you ever gonna walk up to this Varus?
Yep. Well, watch Tonio getting targeted here by this Karth is going to do early flash this time. Flashes towards the Vi, but not able to bait it successfully.
And had a fun little chunk together, and then oh, that's a shiny Trico 6.
Yeah, level 6 from the Garen is a bit of a jump
Oh.
scare. Oh, but gets pushed away by the Scatter of the Week on the flash.
Yeah, really good scatter of the week.
Okay, but he
Unfortunately,
walks through again.
wait, he's
Oh, he
dead.
does a tower shot.
Oh, he's not dead.
because Garen is very funny and balanced, but Coldy Guy is here. No flash available on Shiny Trico.
Yeah, good job. Really
Yep.
good to come back up there.
Yep, very clean. Also, Krusty Krab, the classic, just straight up abandoning him, just running straight to Raptors. He does not give a single F about hovering his mid laner.
Yeah, God forbid you be a teammate on Enrique's team. You're not getting any help. You're getting help when it's convenient for him.
That's damn right. But yeah,
You're but a mere pawn.
Shiny Trico getting very, very heavily messed up by that Scatter of the Week there on the flash. But meanwhile, bot side coming in for another gank. Krusty Krab drops some damage down, another exhaust onto Y. Gonna have to use the flash and the barrier to escape. The Gangplank
Really good
ultimate,
TP ult.
yeah, is gonna help deter them. But Coldy Guy coming in, flash Q coming through from Linguistics is gonna go wide. Ooh, flash
Oh,
from Coldy Guy
I mean-
also gonna come through.
the sidestep is gonna end up getting him killed. That was a really good sidestep by Enrique to guarantee it.
Yep.
And really good stun by David.
Yeah, so gonna be very, very clean trade coming back through for blue side on that flash through from Coldy Guy.
This Lulu's getting left behind.
I don't know if it's gonna kill if it lands.
Okay.
Yeah, it does not.
And the shield is huge even with the nurse. Wait, there's a Garen hanging out. Hello? He's just on Gromp.
He's a crazy person.
He hates farming.
Respect.
All in all, there's not a... I mean, there's a definite CS lead up top, and, you know, GP gets the bonus gold and has Cull, but there's actually not as big of a lead as I would expect when, you know, you're swapping one of your stronger players up here to beat up on Norn. I just don't know the GP matchup as well, I guess, because...
GP starts really beating up Ornn once he has Ashin and like
Okay.
has the ability to preserve his mana, right?
Yeah.
'Cause early
I see
game
he
you
had to
can't
go
just
back and
queue
get
him.
Pickaxe, too, which is unfortunate.
Pickaxe is definitely not the purchase I would have made personally as GP there, but
It looks like it was Pickaxe Cull, which means that there's probably 25 gold off Sheen Cull,
yeah, that would have been really strong.
which is really unfortunate. Oh, I guess
Coldy Guy
Caesar's
just being
above
chased
them,
off.
maybe.
Level 6 is available for the Karthus, so it makes sense why he's not able to pick up these Void Grubs. So Krusty Krab going to be able to get control over those early.
A little unfortunate that he waffled there because he wastes a lot of
Oh,
time
wait,
here,
did you
and now he... Wait,
The
isn't
Ornn
Ornal?
ultimate is the the Ornn ultimate was the one that got the kill on the Void Grub, which is really funny.
Yeah, he waffled and now he loses his Raptors. He gets chunked out. They know he's on bot side. He's going to lose his red.
Yep. But yeah, Megapool is suffering here a bit on this wave because of his support roaming up for these Void Grubs. So we're going to see how much this Varus is going to be able to do under this tower.
I mean, honestly, as long as he isn't dying under the tower, he's just going to be sitting there vibing. He's just lost like 4 CS. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Now David's just here, making Charles' life hell.
Yep.
And we're back to hanging out. I mean, somehow, despite losing the grubs and the the really good bot gank. Red side's actually still up like 1,000 gold.
I mean, it's the GP difference, right? He's generated almost 500 extra gold just from existing, right? And then bot
Yeah,
side
and
as well with the plates for the tower plate for Y.
right, and you still have the assists across the board. Like the Vi ganks have been very much sharing the wealth, not solo or anything like that. So
Oh, yeah, there's even
there's a lot of money being
I
printed.
forgot about first strike coming through from Washtonio on the mid lane as well. So using that Garen as a bit of a pinata here in the early game.
Right. Oh, they get the Drake back too. That's kind of shocking that they get that, honestly.
I mean, that's just a Krusty Krab classic. He's just doing a full clear instead of doing an objective.
And I guess he's not. It's not really like they can fight down there. They're not that strong yet. So maybe just I don't have my exhaust yet. I got what I wanted on the top side with my camps and stuff. I'm up 30 farm.
Right.
Life's good.
But it does keep them in the game. Also, excuse me for sneezing. It keeps red side
Bless
nice
you.
and relevant here in the game.
Unfortunately, now that Vi's down here and forked the jungle, Karthus is just going to be able to walk in and take the Krugs and probably clear the Raptors again. And you're going to be a very, very sad Vi after this.
Oh, yeah, he's already down so much CS. The level difference is already also mounting. Level 8 on the Karthus too. Only just now hitting level 7 on the Vi.
And he's still on vision. Yeah, here comes respawning Raptors. And he's probably going to realize Krugs are up.
Yep. It's pretty brutal if you're Coldy guy here on the Vi. Oh, he interrupted his recall. That's very greedy choice. I don't know if this gank is going to happen. They know you're here. And with all that time lost, you were right. The Krugs are also going to be stolen away. So
Yeah, I mean, they're going to spot him stealing these, which is pretty nice. Like, Nooner's pretty safe here. There's not really much that can really happen to him, realistically. So there will be a little bit of time loss here from the Karthus. He's going to walk it. Oh, well, maybe I might have spoken too soon.
Yeah, Nuna 680 getting a bit aggressive there considering the Karthus was spotted on this side of the map. If he ends up dying, that is really bad. Very, very, very questionable death there.
I mean, definitely just unfortunate.
Yeah. And that's going to be massive for blue side as well because that kill went down under the Karthus, which is the person who wants it the most.
Yeah, he's full Deathfire. Or Blackfire. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really bad.
Is he first strike Karthus? Yep, he is. Well.
I think that Dark Harvest is better after the buff to Dark Harvest. Oh, but meanwhile, bot side, huge fight coming through. Karthus ultimate. It's not going to be enough thanks to the Lulu shield. Very, very, very greedy choice to try to save it for the Karthus ultimate. And now Curse of Dragon's going to drop the ultimate down. Is going to go down to the MF Make It Rain. Now, will they be able to pick him up on the tail end of this? Flash away. So a bit of a wash there. A lot of summoners blown, a lot of cooldowns used. But the most important thing is that was another Karthus ultimate that was used that did not end in a kill. Oh, wait a minute. Megapula! That poor Lulu, backing on a ward.
And Vi's down here again. I mean, when do you give up, man?
Okay, but this could be it. This could be something. Curse of Dragons has no flash or ultimate.
Okay, I mean, that's good.
Here. Megapula should also go down. Why also not going to be able to do much damage, but is going to survive.
I mean, you're giving all the gold over to this Vi, though, and yes, it keeps them in the game, but what are you going to do? Oh, bye-bye.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
That is rough.
I would really like to see the gold going over there, especially the kill that could have been donated over to the MF.
Well,
I think that you really needed to be strong.
I think he didn't want to risk the MF being able to kill the Varus, or excuse me, the Varus being able to kill the MF there, I mean.
Fair enough.
So I think that one is a little bit more reasonable, but yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate that the Vi is the one who gets all these kills.
Fun little fact, by the way. Enrique is about to finish the jungle item when he goes and clears these wolves.
Yeah,
at
he's
13
pretty
minutes.
strong. Yeah, he's doing a lot of farming this game.
Good flash. David's just up here again, just hanging out.
I mean, Washtonio has learned a lot from the last game, right? Like, I was mentioning that I was criticizing him for saving his flash a very long time and putting himself into situations where there's nothing he could do because he saved it for too long. But now here, he's being very liberal with the flash usage to try to make sure he doesn't get into bad situations. So, a bit more discipline coming through this game, which I respect a lot.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Oh wait, Coldy guy getting invaded by Krusty Krab is so strong right now with his Blackfire torch completed. Is just gonna die on the tail end of the auto attack. That is so brutal. This invade is just so hard to deal with the Zillion just following him around up here in top side, giving him speed boosts. Bot side really needs to get some kind of advantage going in order to trade this back. I know Coldigai is feeling really bad about that right now. But with the turret plate falling, they don't even get it before it drops out. Mega Pool not really being denied anything. There's just no threat of a dive with a champion like Lulu, and because of Physics' unwillingness to move, it's really difficult for there to be any sort of trade back. Megapula just gracefully saying, I'll go down 20 CS, I'll be down a little bit of XP, but who cares whenever, in the grand scheme of things, my team is getting so much on the back end of it.
Well, he's not even down the XP is the thing, because Physics is staying here.
That's true.
So he's just going to be, like, even. And 20 CS is, what does that matter when your Karthus is up 80?
Yeah, very true.
Oops, my fingers slipped.
Alright, well, Dragon is going to be the next target here for both teams. Oh, ultimate drops down. Physics trying to commit on this Dragon here. Shiny Trico flashing in onto Y. Doves the Ignite down. Will there be a trade?
And
no, the Zillion ultimate is just too much. Oh, it's so depressing.
It's depressing.
It might be Jover. Goodbye, Coldigai.
He's going to bleed out. Yep.
Oh, no.
And just like that, 5 Dark Seal stacks.
Yeah, it is looking Jover. Just another game where the resources just go right into the pockets of the people who really matter, and it's just really unfortunate. There's just not a lot of recompense coming through from Red Side. There's just not trades happening on the map that are meaningful enough to really trade anything. And there goes Feats of Strength coming through for BBB once again.
Yeah, I mean, you lose your entire bot side now as Vi. You're going to come back up to the top, but they know you're on top
no,
side. You don't have your Krugs. Oh, bye-bye.
That is just BM. That is brutal.
Life sucks. Life sucks.
I've been there. Yeah, this is just a tragedy for sure.
Well, I can't even walk up to pretend to farm right now.
Well, Nunu 680 is in a position where he can really start to put some pressure on this Ornn in the side lane, but it just is so late now. It's like it just doesn't matter. Like his team struggled so much in the meantime that is there even really any advantage to be had? Especially since Vittles sees Coldigai here trying to go for this gank. Maybe Rift Herald can be started up here by Red Side. They have a bit of an advantage here on the rotation. Y is going to be coming through here as well. Krusty Krab could be the target. Washtonio is in the position. But it looks like they're going to be playing it a little safe. Shiny Trico getting sped up by Curse of Dragons, looking for this engage.
I mean, they just can't fight. It feels so bad.
Yeah, it feels really hard.
Everyone's already on the Rift Herald. Now Garen's going to go run to the bot lane.
Yeah, this Zillion is looking like a pretty obvious choice for a ban, in my honest opinion. I don't really see, especially if your plan is to pick Vi of all champions, Zillion is such a thematic counter to what Vi is trying to do this game. Oh, and Syndra as well. Like, you have these characters whose goal is to single out a single person, and then you have Zillion, who is the most effective way of preventing that from happening by just putting an ult on their head. It just seems very, very questionable in terms of the character selection in this game. It just looks so difficult to play the game.
It certainly does seem like it just feels bad to be on the red team right now.
Yeah, life just sucks. It happens. Washtonio continuing to put the hurt on Shiny Trico, but it's just never enough. Like again, in matchups like this where it's like range versus melee, your goal is to get a bit of an advantage over time. But the problem is that because of the kills that Shiny Trico has been able to pick up on the side lane, even though he's been losing out on a lot of the trades, there's been a lot of value gotten out of First Strike, for example, for Washtonio. It just doesn't matter because he's just getting resources elsewhere. It's not like he's denying him anything. It's just so sad. These matchups are so theoretically good, top and mid, but there's just nothing happening out of them.
Oh, the Biddles. Breaking the
clean barrel
GP
autos.
barrels.
The clean barrel autos.
Yeah, unfortunately, this barrel will be hitting.
Yeah, but it's just, again, it's like, it's good damage coming through, but there's no kill.
Yeah, we have a Flame Horizon in the jungle already, by the way. Coldy did just walk to bot lane and found out, hey, my bot side's gone. And they almost just got Enrique there, and they got Zillion.
Well, this is what I was talking about. The Zillion ultimate just going to save his life. Flash is dropped down
There you
forever. Oh, nice. Washtonio is going to be able to pick up the kill, but it just gives him an opportunity to drop the Karthus ultimate down. Is going to be enough to save Cold
Oh
Guy?
my God.
No, the bomb is going to pick him up. Now Physics is going to be the target. Shining Trico is so tanky. It's just
Yeah, he
such
just
a
ran on the
tragedy.
tower.
It's just such a tragedy. You go through all this trouble to kill Karthus, and then you're just giving him exactly what he wants, which is an opportunity to press R.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think the R gave him like 150 gold. So
Yeah,
not
this-
ignoring the kill and the assist and everything, it just gave him 150 gold because first strike. So very cool.
Yeah, this is looking extremely difficult. I do not envy Red Team's position from this spot. FF is in a pretty rough position, I would say.
Yeah,
And-
I mean they already lost their drag stack. Baron's not even up for another like 6 minutes. You got to deal with probably a 3-item Karthus in a little bit as a 1 and 2 item team. Drag comes up again. Otacon's gonna be bot lane, so maybe, but it's probably gonna be Voracious, knowing this team's luck.
Can I check?
It will tell us in a second right here. Yeah, it's Voracious.
It's Voracious,
Yeah, life sucks. It's doomed. Oh, bye Y.
Megapula going in for the kill.
I guess
Damage
not.
coming through. Y is going to be able to flash the piercing arrow, so no damage is going to come. But that's definitely good for Megapula being able to trade his ultimate for the flash there on Y. Yeah, I mean, looking here at this gold difference, like, Red Side's only source of strength is Nunu 680 here on the GP. He's the only source of strength here. And so he needs to join a fight, and he needs to be able to make some kind of huge difference, or else there will be no recompense here. There's just going to be no trade.
Well, that feels really bad because that's exactly what Ornn wants you to do, right? Like, Ornn wants to pull you down into these fights and, you know, give the buffs to the team, walk around, give you the bonus stats and the big disrupting ultimate. And Karthus wants you to be grouped as a team, so...
Yeah. But we're just going to have to see.
Like, unless you're really hitting a clutch barrel, I don't know how you...
That's what they need right now. He needs to be a crit 50% of the time, i.e. crit on top of multiple people. That's the way that they get into this game. So we're going to have to see. It can Nunu 680 clutch it out.
He's so far back in this
Shiny
fight.
Trico
he
going
can't
in for a big engage. Sped up by the Zillion. Holy guy is the target. Gonna get picked up. Megapula gonna have the Zillion ult drop down. Smite is gonna be able to secure the dragon for BBB. And now Shiny Trico is gonna be going for a bit of a greedy look here. Nunu 680 might be face checking into it. They spot out the Krusty Krab on the blue buff.
I mean, that was a really good MF ultimate. They got a lot of chunk down.
Oh, wait a minute. Fight coming through. Krusty Krab gonna get picked up by Y. Washtonio gonna be the target from the Garen, but he's gonna get polymorphed. No ultimate, but this Karthus ultimate is just too strong.
GP couldn't even join for that fight there.
No,
he's
just
actually
getting
probably
zoned.
dead.
He has his flash. I think he'll be fine. I don't think these guys do any damage to him.
Oh.
Physic flashing. I don't think they needed to, because there was no stun coming through from that bomb. Yeah, I mean, it's just so brutal. Like it was like kind of okay. Like they traded some shutdowns back. That wasn't the worst thing in the world, but they lost the dragon, and the kills overall were favored to blue side. So even though there were some shutdowns picked up, it's still looking really rough for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, Syndra got some gold here. Like, Syndra's sitting on 2 items, but it doesn't really matter. You can't really do a whole lot into this Garen,
No.
right? So, like, even in, like, you can't, like, go get side lane pressure because Garen's just going to walk up and kill you. You can't go get your mid lane pushed out or anything like that because you'll get flanked and ganked by the whole squad. You're really just hoping for some miraculous throw, and honestly, if blue team doesn't want a miraculous throw, they just don't have to go to Otacon or Baron and just walk at you.
I'm just messing around with hotkeys right now on the spectator client. But Nunu 680 being able to pick up that tower, looking for this 2v1 here, but taking a ton of damage. Just so much CC. He's just dead. No flash used, nothing. That is really bad. That is
Curse of
a
Dragons
death that needs
MVP.
to not
I
happen.
think we have a Curse of Dragons MVP.
I
guy.
think, yeah, I think this is a guaranteed Curse of Dragons MVP. I think he deserves it. I mean, this is just an absolute clinic being put on. I mean, the support difference is massive. Lulu has effectively had no impact, just kind of sitting on top of her carries, not really accomplishing a whole lot. Meanwhile, Curse of Dragons has been around the whole map, speeding up his carries, giving them a ton of resources, facilitating a ton of kills, saving a bunch of lives. So many camps stolen away even by the Karthus because of just the Zillion walking next to him.
Yeah, I mean, like easily he comes up for the Herald earlier, where or the Grubs, where Coley was kind of waffling and just speeds Karthus in there to steal the Raptors away, and that really just started spiraling out of control.
Yeah, it's really rough. And Coldy guy looks like he's going to be getting dove right here. I don't think there's
And they
anything
wanna
you
make
can
it
do.
their
Slow
call.
down from Curse of Dragons. Stun.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
it's just impossible.
Surprised that David didn't build Dark Seal, just for fun. Oh,
Shiny Trico, new to 680, strapping it out. A lot of damage coming through from this Garen. But the GP...
and he's gonna run away.
Yeah, he's just gonna run away. The Garen champion's just a little bit too slippery here. GP just doesn't have the range or the CC to lock him down.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's looking really rough, for sure.
It's like you can't even go for the Hail Mary Otacon play in this game because you just have like the Karthus walk down into your entire team while you're on Otacon taking all that damage, and what do? Or you even get Karthus ulted.
Yeah. The Orin upgrade's also starting to come through. The Karthus already having an upgraded item.
Yeah, next should probably be the Garen getting the Stride Breaker upgrade.
Oh,
Ooh.
Mega
Oh!
Pula with the outplay. Washtonio looking for a desperation kill on this Karthus, and then meanwhile,
okay.
New to 680 just gets one-shotted by Garen's zero counterplay. Yeah, this is a go next type thing, go next series. It's looking a bit doomed here, and also by not picking up a kill, or excuse me, a win in the series, that also means that Team FF is going to maintain their 1-8, I believe they're going to drop to in terms of total game score, which is bodes very poorly for them being eliminated from the bottom group.
Yeah, they certainly are not going to be the strongest candidates to make it out.
I mean, it's either them or...
Well, it'll mean that Nigel has the control
Bargov.
in his hands to eliminate
well, no,
Bargov
it's
and Nigel.
Bargov, because isn't it... or is it bottom 2 total are the ones who
It's
get
bottom 2
eliminated?
total.
Oh. So that means that
Yeah.
Nigel's team has to win a game then, right?
Yeah, Nigel's team, if they take a 2-0 somehow, who are they playing? They're playing Charles. So if Nigel's team takes a 2-0, the Destiny's in their hands. They get out, they beat they have the tiebreaker over Charles. They would yeah, they'd be 2-6 overall, 1-3, they'd be out. And Bargov and Charles would fall.
Yeah, so Charles is definitely not in a great position here with this 2-0 loss, for sure.
Yeah, Charles is hoping for some miracle.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think they're just out. Right, because they would...
Does Bargov not have a chance to still underplace them?
No, because Bargov and Nigel play each other.
Oh, no. So this is really rough. This
Right?
might just be their
Oh, no, never mind.
elimination.
Never mind. It's Nigel and Charles that play each other this
Yeah, I
week.
was going to say, but I think Bargov still has the ability to get eliminated instead.
Yeah, we're not looking too hot.
No. Alright, Otacon is also going to be a target. Dragon stacking, Otacon stacking. They've got the Grub control, they've got the Baron. Flash coming through from Shiny Trico. CC coming through onto Washtonio. Gets sped up by Curse of Dragons. Slash comes through.
Good blast gun.
Yeah, but he's still getting
He's still
sped
dead.
up. I don't...
Oh, he's still dead.
Yeah,
Like,
I think he is
he's gonna
still
run
dead.
out of tower.
Karthus ultimate. He gets sped up again.
R. Demacia.
He's not... Oh,
Nope.
that is just so disgusting. Like... Wow. That was vile. Man, this Zillion champion really makes some disgusting things happen. If only it was banned away.
Well, the worst part about all this, right, is if you're sitting here, you know, you've got 7 kills on red team, you're not really thinking about much. Oh, Lulu just ulted herself.
She sure did.
Probably over.
Probably an accident.
Honestly, I don't blame him. But like, you're sitting here, you're Coldy, you've been killed under tower so many times. Like, I got 4 kills, but like, really, you can't do anything this game. Like, you just got completely shut down. You got your jungle stolen away. You had some decent looks, but like, your carries don't have any gold, and they've been trying to get the farm where they can. Feels rough. Oh, he's gonna withdraw. Bye bye.
Otacon just gonna save his life.
He'll be back.
Wow, that Orin may have, wow, that was an impressively small amount of damage from MF Ultimate there on that Orin.
I think they tickled him. I don't know.
Well,
Just maybe.
They're engaging onto this Karthus, but he's just going to withdraw. He almost
just
probably
doesn't
maybe would have
care.
preferred to die just so that he could actually cast his abilities, but
Well, unfortunately, he doesn't get the luxury. But Zach blobs proc when you have Otacon.
there's just no, like, the Syndra ultimate drops down.
Bye-bye.
There's just no kill.
Oh.
Middle's gonna pick up the kill with the ultimate from downtown. Oh no,
Physics is
Karthus
dead.
ultimate
Y is
goodbye,
dead.
Physics. Why is that too? Oh, it's just so hard to watch. It's a
Oh,
massacre.
David's gonna bomb him.
He jukes it, but like, at what cost? He's just slowed by 99%. Like, this Zillion champion is demonic.
I mean, they all played incredibly well, but yeah,
Yeah,
this is.
Yeah, it was very rough. Very, very, very much a clinic put on here by BBB. It was just an absolutely dominant showing. And, I mean, credit has to be given. That is just disrespectful. Well, GG. Very well done. I give the MVP candidate to Curse of Dragons. I don't even think it's really an argument. Like, I don't think it's really all that close, in my honest opinion. I mean, I think the other two who really should get it are Krusty Krab and Shiny Trico, who should get the nomination, but I would absolutely vote for Curse of Dragons watching the series.
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot around the map. It's not like the other two didn't do anything around the map. Honestly, it's not like all of them weren't playing their part perfectly, but David was really just everywhere.
I mean, he facilitated so many things, and again, it's like characters like Varus and Ezreal, to give credit to Megapula, are just so self-sufficient that it creates situations where if the enemy support isn't moving, it's difficult to force under tower on these characters because they have so much wave clear, they're so long range, they're so safe. It's difficult to force leads, and it just gives Curse of Dragons, who's a very roam-heavy player, the opportunity to impact the game in a way that is just so difficult to match. Like, a huge portion of why Krusty Krab is able to get such a huge lead in the jungle is because he just gets to invade and he has a Karthus, or excuse me, a Zillion sitting on his head. And a huge portion of why Shiny Trico is able to run around and be such a menace in the late game is because he has Zillion speeding him up. And there's like a huge portion of why some of these early team fights in game one went the side of BBB is because there's a Thresh there rotating and the Lulu is nowhere to be seen. These types of differences are just so massive, and again, credit to all players on both teams for giving it a good series, a good try. But I mean, BBB just really outclassed, and I like I said, I definitely give MVP candidate to Curse of Dragons for sure.
Yep. Do we have to drag someone in here for an interview, or are we just hanging out?
I mean, if somebody wants to join up for an interview, if you see us in the channel, I'll DM Krusty Krab to ask David or himself if they want to get an interview. Because Krusty Krab is obviously the captain, so it makes sense for that as well.
Right. Did they already leave? I think. I noticed a distinct lack of people in the chats.
Well, I DM'd Enrique, so maybe one of them will join up.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Hey, what's up,
Hi,
Enrique?
Enrique.
What's good?
Did you know you're a disgusting, disgusting man?
For what? Unleashing my dirty, dirty pick?
You're a demon
Yes.
for that. Absolutely disrespectful.
It was not disrespectful. It's one of my best. It's one of my best junglers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good one, man. All right, but how does
You got-
the win feel? For sure, I want to get into a serious question. All right, get into a serious question. How does the win feel?
I think the win it clinches a playoff spot, right?
It almost guarantees a playoffs. No, and it does. Yeah, you guys clinch playoffs with
Yeah,
that. Yeah, you
But
do.
it
Yeah,
clinches a playoff
you are
spot.
guaranteed in. You're trying to play for the upper bracket because our
Right.
group is hell on earth, and
Yeah, we have the group of death.
Kyle's team is presumably going perfect, so we have one team that can make it there.
Yeah.
Beside them.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a good win. It's definitely feels nice, and we don't have to worry about having to qualify for playoffs next week.
Yeah.
So maybe Zeri Jungle might be coming out next week.
You're a monster. We were talking about it on the cast, by the way. We were saying he might just pick Zeri because he's a demon, because he picked Riven already.
I was gonna pick Zeri, but then they picked Vi, and that's not a good matchup for Zeri Jungle.
Honestly, I was
No.
gonna say also that that draft in game 2 was very, very good for you guys. I think that like you got pretty much everything you wanted. Like the only questionable thing I think was really early picking the Garen, but I mean Yusuf looked really great on it, and with Zillion speeding him up, it became just pretty much impossible for them to do anything, especially late game.
Yeah, I mean Garen's the kind of champion where Charles doesn't have a lot of the pool to like punish Garen mid. Garen mid is so annoying to play against.
I mean,
And
honestly,
the
I
Zillion,
think
and
Syndra
we
was
wanted to
okay.
secure the Zillion Garen combo
Yes,
before
yes,
the
yes.
second round of bans.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense. The
that's
Zillion
kind of
was
the
really,
idea.
really strong. I think their first rotation bans were a little questionable. I don't think like Mel maybe.
Mel and
but
Wukong are both a bit
was
questionable.
Yeah, Wukong was a bit questionable, and I think that you guys got a huge advantage from just being able to pick up pretty much whatever you wanted in first rotation in both games because of those bans.
Yeah. Yeah, I saved. I wanted to pick Karthus since like the beginning of the draft, ever since I saw Vi locked in,
Yes, I thought so.
and yeah, I didn't think they would ban it, so I saved it for second rotation. It worked out. I love farming and I love taking jungle camps. This is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you were
again, it was
certainly
so
enabled to do
easy.
that.
Yeah, it was so easy because of Curse of Dragons. David just kind of following you around, especially a lot in the mid game. It became so like
Yep.
you guys just killed Coldy guy so many times on his camps. It was just so challenging for him to get any sort of farm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
difficult.
it's a really big snowball effect. It's when you get behind and then it just creates even worse situations. You can't get you farm slower and it's just a big snowball effect.
Yeah, especially with also a character like Lulu being the support on the other side. Like with Curse of Dragons being able to move so much because not only is no one like Megapoola on such a strong like safe ADC in addition to there not being a lot of pressure coming from Lulu and he's not moving, there's just like such a massive snowball effect across the map. Like it's felt everywhere.
Yeah. And credit to Emily. She was holding it down top lane. She's
Especially
holding it
game
down in
2.
the top lane.
Especially game 2.
For real. In
Yeah.
a bad matchup. She
Yep.
held it down.
Yeah, but there's a bit of an oopsie in game 1 where she lost Flash at like level 2 or something like that, but other than that, definitely held it down. A lot of really good ultimates on the Orange game 2 as well.
The ultimate on the singular Void Grub, it was a little questionable.
No, I popped off, bro. She stole that. That's huge. I popped off on that.
That might be going in a clip, but yeah, everyone on the team played great.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a
for sure.
good one.
Yeah, we came to the same conclusion where it's just really massive outclassing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really rough
it's like
for Team FF as well because I think that pretty much means that it's not a guarantee that they're eliminated from playoffs, but they're like on the precipice. Like they're competing with Bargov for the playoff contention as well as Nigel's team. It pretty much just decides on whether or not Charles is able to beat Nigel's team next week.
hmm
So we're gonna have to see.
yeah. Hey, if you're free, cast the Zeri jungle game next week.
We'll see. I'm glad I was able to cast this game though. This is the first game I've casted in a long time, so it was a lot of fun. I'm glad Alex was able to join me.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, I'm probably gonna head out.
Hey, thanks for the interview,
Thanks for
buddy.
streaming.
Yep, GG.
All right, see you guys.
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right, I think that is going to be the end here for the stream. Thank everybody for joining me on my first jump back in. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me, Alex, as well.
Yep, it was a decent series for sure.
Yeah. All right. Peace.